Hey everyone! Before we start this episode, I wanted to put out a little PSA that we did in fact use AI to help generate some of the stories for the first 3 episodes. We did not know that was a faux pas, but now that we do, we will no longer be using AI to create stories. So, enjoy these first few episodes, then you can look forward to AI-free episodes in the future. Thanks for listening! I'm Whitney.
And I'm Mina.
And this is Of Malice and Mirth podcast. I don't know. Welcome to our show. So, we don't really know what we're doing with this a whole lot.
We're gonna have fun.
Yeah, we have some plans. Like, we know we'll be telling you spooky stories.
Yes. Love the spooky stories.
Yes. But we also want to have some mirth in there, so maybe get prepared for some funny shit, too. I don't know.
Be prepared for my laugh. Sorry, guys. But it just happens. I can't help it.
It's a beautiful laugh.
Thanks.
Yes. But so, yeah, our whole thing is that we'll read you scary stories and we'll probably throw some funny ones in there just for funsies, to not keep it too serious. But like today, I'll be telling you a story about the Hammersmith Ghost. Ooh. And then Mina will be reading us a
funny story?
Kind of funny story. Kind of spooky, but it's supposed to be kind of funny.
I don't know.
So we'll see how that turns out.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Oh. Okay, so if y'all for some reason have some spooky stories of your own, ghost stories, awkward stories,
Am I the asshole stories?
Am I the asshole butthead? Whatever you want to call it. You can feel free to send us an email at OfMaliceAndMirth@gmail.com. We'll do our best to go through them all, see, if
we read it out loud.
Yeah, because some of them we might keep to ourselves because we think they're hilarious, but...
Well, that's not fair. I was going to say some of them we might keep to ourselves if they're, inappropriate.
Oh,
but...
true.
So maybe don't send us inappropriate shit, please.
Yeah, that would not be nice.
No. But do send us funny shit. And do send us scary shit.
Yeah.
We like that.
I do like some spookies.
Yeah. But, yeah, so we'll do some listener-submitted stories. We'll do some stories that we researched like I'm doing today. And we'll just keep it fun.
Yeah, and if y'all have fiction stories that y'all want to share,
like creepypastas. Cool. Yeah. We do already have a couple creepypastas that we're planning to read from this terrific writer named Shane, and he has written some really creepy shit that I've read before, so that'll be fun.
Shane and Shane?
Shane and there's 2 Shanes, yes. So 2 Shanes, Shane 1 and Shane 2. But those aren't on today.
No, those are not for today.
So I guess I shouldn't have mentioned them. But, you live, you learn.
Hey, stay around. You might hear them.
Yeah, stick around next week, maybe. But yeah, so... Should we start?
Yeah.
Okay, let's get this going. This is the story of the Hammersmith Ghost Murder. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, hey. All right. The year was 1803. The setting is a tiny little village to the west of London called Hammersmith. It was a newer, quaint little town, far enough away from the city hustle and bustle to be nice and quiet and safe, the whole 9 yards, but only 7 miles from London city limits at the time. So now it's like a suburb, but back then it was like this little tiny town on the outskirts of the city, okay? But as sweet of a town as it was during the daytime, it had a ghost problem once it got dark. Town residents would report seeing a tall being covered in a white shroud around Black Lion Lane and the Hammersmith churchyard, which a churchyard is like a cemetery. So, there's a difference between a cemetery and a, what's the other word?
Graveyard?
Graveyard. Yeah. What's the other word? Because a cemetery is attached to a church, I learned. But a graveyard can stand alone.
Oh.
That's just what I read.
Okay.
I don't know that for sure, but I'm throwing it out there. But anyway, so the town, it's like there's a pub and a church with the cemetery attached to it, and then it's all along like Black Lion Lane.
Okay.
So it's all like along, like that's like Main Street.
Gotta have the pub.
Gotta have the pub. You have to. It's England. But anyway, so they would see a tall being covered in a white shroud. Some people said it had glowing eyes or horns or chains rattling around it, but most just mentioned the white shroud. Okay?
Like tall, like tall?
That's a really good question. I never got like how tall.
Okay, because there's man like, tall.
And then there's like LeBron James tall.
He's still a man.
I guess.
I mean like...
Yes, he is. Or that's not the one I was thinking. Shaquille O'Neal.
He's that still a man too.
Okay.
I meant like supernaturally tall. Like...
You don't think Shaquille O'Neal is supernaturally tall?
You know what? That is a debate I'm not willing to have.
Okay. But I don't know how tall. Just tall.
Okay.
Just tall. I don't know. But many people believed that the ghost was the spirit of a man who had taken his own life the year before by slitting his own throat.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Sometimes the people would be fine after the encounter, if not just a bit shaken up, but there are also a few attacks associated with this quote-unquote ghost.
So he's angry.
He's an angry ghost. You're an angry elf. At one point, a 16-passenger carriage came across the path of the Hammersmith ghost, and the driver was so terrified that he abandoned the 16 passengers, 8 horses, and his own carriage. He just ran away. He just said, nope, not my problem. I'm out.
I still cannot get over a 16-passenger carriage.
Right?
Like, what does that look like? In my brain, I am picturing, like, a mini school bus.
Yes.
Pulled by horses.
Pulled by 8 horses.
And question, were they, like, Clydesdale horses or, like, regular horses?
Well, that's a good question, too. Jeez. Way to poke holes in my research, ma'am.
I'm just saying. These are questions I have. Because could you imagine, like, trying to drive... You said how many horses?
8.
8 Clydesdales?
Well, I mean, trying to drive 8 of any horses is a little much.
I mean, because I like the Budweiser horses.
Yes.
They're beautiful.
They are beautiful.
And, like, they normally have, 6? Right?
I don't know.
Like at the rodeo. When they do the...
When they do
or they used
no,
to do the thing.
I don't know how many they have. I don't know.
And they would pull that thing like no one's business. Like, they would
but
just
it's not a 16-passenger van.
True. It's not a van.
I come from a big family, so we had a 15-passenger van growing up. So that's all I picture is our van being hauled by horses. Yep. But anyways, so yeah, he was just so scared that he just ran away from his own carriage.
Be like, not today.
Nope. Another man, Thomas Groom, was simply walking through the church graveyard with a buddy when he felt 2 hands come from behind him to grip his neck. The hands spun him around, and there was no one to be seen. He started punching in front of him, and he said that his hands met with fabric like a coat, but no body. So the friend said that he turned around and just saw Tommy punch in the air, and just punch in the air, just going to town. So he just grabbed him by the coat and ran.
Okay, so, like, in the cartoons, when they, like, something happens really fast and, like, a swarm of bees come and they're, like, swatting at the air.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I picture.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, that's funny. Next is not so funny. Another encounter was with a pregnant woman who was walking home after having dinner out one night. She was walking down Black Lion Lane when she saw a ghost walking towards her. She turned around and tried to run, but before she could, the ghost wrapped its arms around her and pushed her to the ground. She fainted out of pure fear and came to being surrounded by neighbors who went searching for her when she didn't make it home safe.
No, at least she had good neighbors.
Yeah. But upon waking, she told them that she felt like a full-grown man was laying on top of her. So they took her home and laid her in her bed, and she died in her sleep. I know, not so good. So, I mean, technically the ghost didn't kill her. Well, I mean, he could have, like, I don't know if she smashed her head or if he, like, squeezed her too hard or,
right.
you know. But I don't know what she died of in her sleep.
Right.
But she died in her sleep that same night.
That's really sad.
Yes. Weirdly enough, the ghost had now developed a sort of MO. Because a few nights later...
Sorry.
No. A ghost with an MO.
Yes.
Well, it makes sense. Wait, just listen.
Okay.
Because a few nights later, an older lady, I don't have her age, she was just described as elderly, was attacked in the same way, and she also died because of it. So I saw that somewhere else that other people had died out of fear, but I didn't find that corroborated, so that could just be part of the legend. But those two I saw, like, in multiple sources. But the lore of the Hammersmith ghost had gotten so terrifying that people stopped going outside after dark. And at this point in time, they worked 12-hour shifts. So that meant that people were either showing up late to work or leaving early to avoid being outside when it was dark.
That could have not been good for business.
Not good for business at all. This was also before street lamps, so no wonder people couldn't give a better description than a tall being in a white shroud.
True.
But some people in town didn't believe it was a ghost at all, and they thought it was just someone dressing up like a ghost to attack people, and they were tired of living in fear. So they had a group of armed men start patrolling the town to catch the ghost man. This was before police were really a thing.
Right.
Like, they had a constable, but I think they had to call him out of London. I'm not quite sure. But the first police department in England wasn't until 1829. So that's why they had to take matters. They had to take matters into their own hands this time. There was one man named Thomas Millwood who had been mistaken not once but twice for the ghost. He was a bricklayer and he wore a uniform that was white from head to toe. His wife asked him to cover up after work with a different color, but he refused. He was like, "Nah, I'm wearing my work clothes home." So he was stopped by a carriage with a man and two women riding in it. They shouted, "There goes the ghost!" And his response was that he was no more ghost than the man in the carriage. To prove it, he offered to punch the man in the head.
Oh, so he woke up and chose violence.
He did.
Got it.
He said, "I will not change my clothes, and if anyone says anything to me, I will punch them in the head."
Got it.
Yep. On December 29th, William Girdler saw the Hammersmith ghost too, and he ran after it screaming for help. As he was running after it, the ghost threw off its white shroud and disappeared into the night. Side note, Girdler was actually what was called a call man. His whole job was to walk the roads at night or stand at one spot and call out the hour on the hour, like, 11 o'clock, 11
that
o'clock.
That would give me so much anxiety.
Why?
Because what if you were late?
Right.
And then the whole town is
11:02.
And the whole town is late because of you.
That is true. That is a lot of pressure. Man, I was just thinking it was kind of a silly job, but now it's like it's like a what's that called? A backbone job. Shit. But on January 3rd, 1804, a 29-year-old man. So that's another thing. It's January in England, so it's cold.
Yeah.
So why didn't he want to just cover up with another layer?
Maybe he was hot-blooded?
I don't know. Anyways.
Well, because he was a what? A blacksmith?
Bricklayer.
Bricklayer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So I guess he does get hot at work.
Yeah.
I mean, think about labor.
If you could see me right now.
Yeah, that's how you lay bricks? Yes. That's why that's not your job.
So glad none of y'all can see me right now.
But anyways, 29-year-old Francis Smith decided that enough was enough. He was tired of everyone having to be afraid, and nobody could seem to catch the culprit behind the whole situation. He went to a pub to drink before his turn on patrol. Because that's what you do.
Let's get it. Gotta
you
get
lit. Drunk, and then you go on patrol. Yep.
Hey, you know what? Liquid encouragement, I'm not saying that's the right way to go about it. But maybe he was so scared.
I mean, that's true. Maybe he was very terrified, but still. Let's get drunk and then go find this ghost.
You know, gotta do what you gotta do.
I guess. He sat there in his feelings, thinking and talking to people about the ghost. And he ended up pretty blasted. That's what my note says.
Getting schwasty-faced and being in
your feelings. Yep. Later that night, around 10:30 p.m., Francis was officially on patrol. He ran into William Girdler near Beaver Lane, which is like a cross street.
Okay.
So it's like Black Lion Lane, cross street, Beaver Lane.
Okay.
Where Girdler's post was for his clock calling job. They agreed to meet up for them to patrol together later on after Girdler's 11 o'clock time call. Francis showed him his shotgun and said they would take this ghost if at all possible. They made a secret greeting so that they would know it was them because the town was especially dark that night. They would call out, "Friend, advance, friend!" Yeah, that's their greeting.
I'm not gonna lie.
It's like a secret handshake.
Yeah, I was thinking that they're gonna run up and like dap it up and like do a hip.
You have to do the whole thing all the way through or I don't know it's you. And I might shoot you because you might be the ghost.
Can't forget the hop and the skip.
Yeah, no. And the double tap. You gotta do it all. Meanwhile, Thomas Millwood, so the one that was punching people in the head, had stopped by his folks' house after work to see his mom and sister. He said his goodbyes and walked out the front door, shutting it behind him. His sister went seconds later to lock the door when she heard someone yell, "Damn you! Who and what are you? Damn you, I will shoot you!" She saw a bright flash of light and heard a gunshot. Yeah, she called out Thomas's name and ran out of the house, seeing him laying in the middle of the road.
No.
I know. She couldn't see anything else around, just her poor brother dead in the street. Francis Smith had hightailed it back to the White Hart pub to meet up with his co-watchman, William Girdler. He told him that he had hurt someone badly, and the men, along with two other men, I don't have their names, went back to the spot where he had shot Thomas to see who or what Francis had shot. So he didn't even, look to see who he shot. He just knew he shot something and ran back.
I'm out.
And, ran back to get Girdler and be like, "Come look at this with me. I don't want to be alone." Another source said that Girdler and the two other men heard the commotion and came running on their own. So I'm not sure which is correct, but either way, there was 4 men there. They found that it was in fact a man, and Francis had shot him in the lower left jaw.
Oh.
Yeah, with a shotgun.
Oh.
Yeah. They carried his body back to the Black Lion pub, where a coroner was summoned, because they do their autopsies in the pub.
Got it.
He had a surgeon check Thomas's body and found that the shot had penetrated his jaw, neck vertebra, and spinal marrow. He was pronounced dead right there in the pub. The coroner quickly determined it was a willful murder. Francis Smith was instantly remorseful and surrendered to the constable to be taken to jail. On January 13th, so only 10 days later, the trial started, which it would become a very important case for English legal history, but what strikes me is that only 10 days later,
That's fast.
the trial started. Yeah, they did shit fast back then. Francis entered a plea of not guilty, swearing up and down that it was an honest mistake. He was a mess at the trial, unable to stand on his own at points because he just felt so terrible for the whole thing. He bawled his eyes out on the stand, and everyone seemed to feel bad for him because he truly thought he was being a hero, which makes me kind of sad.
Yeah.
He testified that he called out twice to the figure, a.k.a. Thomas, and that there was no response, so he thought it had to be the ghost. The judge told the jury, what's that face?
I'm just thinking.
Oh, okay. The judge told the jury that nothing in the case could make the offense be anything other than murder. He said, if someone thought they found a highway robber and they shot him, and that person ended up not being a robber, it would still be murder. So how was this any different? He also said that the job was to arrest the person parading as a ghost, not shoot him. Which he's got a point there.
But I also have a question.
Mm-hmm.
If you shoot a ghost, the bullets aren't going to do nothing. It's a ghost.
It's a ghost.
So why would you shoot it?
See, that's the other side of the coin, is people are saying, okay, then why would you shoot a ghost? That doesn't even make sense. So
yeah,
his whole job was to arrest, but
how do you arrest
a ghost too? But just an hour into deliberation, the jury came back with a verdict of manslaughter, which was not even a charge that had been brought against Francis. So the judge told them, no, you can't choose that. It's murder or not. The jury fought back, stating that they truly believed he was shooting a ghost. But the judge stood strong. That was hard to say. Judge stood strong. There we go. Words. So they eventually gave in and said that he was guilty of murder. He was sentenced to hang or, kind of grosser, death by dissection, That's what one source said. So they said it was when they would tie your limbs to horses and then make the horses run in opposite directions.
Oh, that made my tummy hurt.
To rip them apart, basically.
I don't like that.
So I don't know which one is correct. Both of them aren't great options for death. But I don't know. I think I prefer the hanging. Yeah. A little bit. I don't want to be killed by horses. They're the loves of my life.
I mean, first, I wouldn't try to shoot a ghost to not put myself in that predicament.
Correct. That's correct. So I don't know. However, news had gotten around about the case, and they got the attention of Lord Chief Baron MacDonald. He referred the case to the Crown, who ordered a respite during pleasure, which is just a fancy way of saying that the death sentence would not be happening temporarily. But,
so like a stay of execution.
Yes, exactly. But then, by January 25th, so only 22 days after Thomas's death, all of this had happened, King George III officially pardoned Francis Smith, giving him a year of hard labor instead of hanging, which is quite a range there. A year of hard labor versus being dissected by horses. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, he really got off with a slap on the wrist with that one, but okay. He made a pardon based on the fact that he thought he was shooting a ghost, not a person. Meanwhile, nobody ever figured out who or what the Hammersmith ghost was, and more attacks were happening. Some people think it was a shoemaker named Graham, no first name. He was apparently trying to scare his employees, and multiple times donned a white blanket and went around at night trying to spook people. He was arrested for being a public nuisance because of it.
Justified.
So some people think him. Weird fun fact, Graham, no name Graham, sang at Thomas Millwood's funeral because he was in the church choir.
Oh.
So that's a little bit much for me because you're really going to sing at his funeral and then pretend to be a ghost.
That's not cool, man.
Yeah, that's a little much. Some other people think that multiple people dressed up as the ghost to have some fun. Most of the appearances stopped after Graham confessed to doing it a few times, but they didn't stop altogether. Some newer sightings in 1824 had the ghost breathing fire with hooks for hands.
Oh.
So, glowing eyes. So, picture this in your head right now. Let's put it all together. We have a tall white shroud with glowing eyes, horns.
Got it.
Chains rattling along behind it. What else was it? Oh, breathing fire and hooks for hands.
So a dragon man.
So a dragon ghost.
Yeah.
That's been imprisoned because it has chains.
Yes. So you want to know what I'm picturing?
What?
Like, you know, like the dragons from Harry Potter? Like the when the dragon escapes from Gringotts and it has like the chains and stuff?
Yeah, okay. So that, but with a white sheet on it?
Yes.
All right. Another man, a farmer's son, was, quote, sent home with corrections after also dressing as a ghost at some point, but I don't have the date for that one. But the sightings go up into 1932, where people reported seeing a ghost dressed in white that could climb walls using long claws. So his hook hands have long claws. I forgot about that.
Dragons, man.
Dragon. It does sound like a dragon ghost. You solved the case.
Yes.
Oh my God, the first episode and she solves the case. But anyways, every 50 years at midnight on a full moon, has to be on a full moon, there are reports of a white specter floating around the Hammersmith churchyard. So some people do think there was a ghost haunting Hammersmith after all. Huh.
Okay.
Yeah. So that is the case of the Hammersmith Ghost Murder.
I like this spookiness.
Yeah.
I don't like the murder.
No,
That's
the
so
murder
sad.
and the pregnant lady and the elderly lady.
Yeah.
And the other people dying of fear. Allegedly. Not all good things. But yeah. So that's my case. So next will be Mina reading us a little story. But this is a story that AI actually has written for us.
Okay.
So, yeah, it has no official author.
And I have no idea what this is about.
She's never read it. I skimmed it so that I wouldn't know, but just so that I could know that it had like a plot and everything and wasn't just kind of weird. But yeah, so without further ado, here is Mina's spooky story.
All right. I didn't know the little town of Briar Hollow. Is that how you say that? Briar?
Briar, yeah.
Briar.
Okay. I don't know why I didn't say it like that, but...
I don't know how spooky this is going to be, so here we go.
But it has a spooky name already. Briar Hollow.
Briar. Okay. I didn't know the little town of Briar Hollow had a witching hour. I mean, sure, every town has a don't go down that road at night road. And every diner has an old guy who looks like he was born holding a cup of black coffee. But I'd never heard of a town where the locals checked their watches at 1:11 a.m., like a curfew handed down by God himself. First of all, how many people are up that early?
I was just thinking that, actually. I'd be asleep. There's no way I'm checking it.
I found out the first night I'd stayed there. It started the way all bad decisions start, with a cheap rental and me saying, it'll be fine. My name is Mara Givens. I narrate a podcast called Night Receipt, where I tell stories people send in, lost tapes, weird jobs, unsettling encounters. My listeners love the it's probably nothing until it isn't vibe. Okay. Parallels.
I know, I was just going to say, hey, that's what we want. So, hey, send us those too.
And lately, after 3 months of rent and groceries and the kind of bills that sneak up behind you like a horror movie clown, I'd gotten desperate for something big, something original, something with a twist. Then an email hit my inbox with the subject line, Briar Hollow, don't say the name after 1:11. No.
And you decided to open it. Okay.
No sender name, just an address, a set of coordinates, and one line in the body. Come before the town forgets you exist. Ew.
Oh.
That should have been enough. Instead, I booked the rental.
Well, of course you did.
Of course.
I mean, okay, I'm not going to lie. I probably would be pretty curious, too.
The house was on a hill, and it had that old charm realtors love to say when what they mean is a draft will touch you in places you didn't know you could feel drafts.
Gross. That just sounds gross to me. I don't know why.
It wasn't haunted looking exactly. It was tidy, fresh paint, new porch swing. The only thing off was the mailbox. The mailbox had a brass plaque bolted to it. Listen before you speak.
Oh.
I told myself it was a quirky town motto, like live, laugh, love. But for people who got mugged by their own thoughts.
Oh my God. Okay.
I was dragging my suitcase up the steps when the porch swing creaked on its own. No wind. I paused with one foot on the top step and stared like staring would make physics behave. The swing creaked again, soft, patient. I swallowed. Okay, I told the house. Just so you know, I pay taxes and I don't clap when planes land. I am not your enemy. The door was unlocked. Inside, the air smelled faintly like lemons and old paper. The living room had a throw blanket folded like a display in a furniture store, a stack of coasters, a lamp with a crooked shade that looked like it had given up on being symmetrical in 1978. On the coffee table sat a binder. Not a guest book, a binder. A big black 3-ring binder with a white label on the front. House rules.
Oh.
I laughed because that felt safer than not laughing. You know that awkward giggle where you're not sure what to do? You're like,
Yeah.
Okay, I said, flipping it open. What are we doing? No shoes, no smoking, don't feed the ghost after midnight. The first page read, do not say Briar Hollow aloud after 1:11 a.m.
Okay.
2, if you hear your name whispered from another room, do not answer.
Oh.
3, if you find a receipt that isn't yours, put it back where you found it.
What the fuck?
4, do not look in mirrors between 1:11 and 1:22 a.m. No, absolutely not.
I mean, of course not. I'll be asleep.
5, if someone knocks 3 times, do not open the door.
Oh.
6, if you smell cinnamon, leave the house immediately.
I mean, I'm already gone,
That
so...
breaks my heart. First of all, cinnamon is one of my favorite flavors. They would have gotten me.
She'd be... Oh my God. Okay.
I stared at the page a long moment. Then I did what any rational adult does when faced with a list of supernatural boundaries. I flipped to the second page to see if there was anything about Wi-Fi. The second page was worse. A printed map of the town with certain streets highlighted in red and a note written in neat block letters. Do not cross the red lines after dark.
Oh.
At the bottom, you're being watched. Not a metaphor.
Okay.
I exhaled slowly, then looked around the room like the house might be laughing at me. Okay, I told the empty air. This is cute. Whoever set this up, 10 out of 10 commitment. And because I have a professional relationship with danger, meaning I flirt with it for content, I pulled out my phone and hit record.
Of course you did.
Hey guys, I said, keeping the voice light. It's Mara. I'm in Briar Hollow, and apparently I'm staying in a house that came with a How to Survive the Night binder. So, great start. The phone's audio levels jumped with a soft crackle, like someone had breathed into the microphone.
No.
I froze. On the screen, the waveform spiked again, but the room was still.
Oh.
My mouth went dry. Okay, I whispered, stopping the recording. Nope, not doing the breathing in my mic thing on day 1. I hauled my suitcase upstairs. The bedroom was normal, almost aggressively normal. A neatly made bed, curtains that actually matched, and a vase of dried flowers on the dresser like the house was trying to convince me it understood hospitality. The only odd thing was the mirror. It was covered with a sheet.
That's because they love you. Because I would be very happy if the room that I went in had the mirror covered with a sheet, because I don't want to sleep in a room with a mirror.
No.
So if you cover it with a sheet, then that's hospitality to me.
So I watched Candyman when I was really little.
What's Candyman? I don't know
You
that
never
one.
watched that one?
I don't think so.
Where like you're in the bathroom and you say Candyman, Candyman in the mirror, kind of like
Bloody Mary?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he comes and gets you.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
see, you don't
But
know
that's
that.
not a good movie for children, probably.
No, it's not. Okay, so a crisp white sheet tucked in like it was ashamed. I pulled the sheet back a corner. The mirror reflected my face, tired eyes, messy bun, the anxious little crease between my eyebrows that show up whenever I pretend I'm brave. I got permanent lines right there.
Right, me too.
Nothing else. I let out a breath and dropped the sheet back into place. Fine, I muttered. You can keep your secrets, IKEA Dracula. I went into the town before sunset. Briar Hollow was small. One main road, a couple of side streets, and a cemetery that sat too close to the grocery store, like it was waiting for a sale. The diner was called Mabel's, and it looked like it had been there since the invention of pie. Inside, the booths were vinyl, and the coffee smelled like it had options. A bell chimed when I walked in. Behind the counter stood a woman in her 60s with silver hair and a bun, and the posture of someone who could end a fight with a look.
Oh.
She pointed at me without asking, "You're in the Hill House?" I stopped mid-step. Is it that obvious? "You've got that look," she said, "like you read the binder and thought it was a joke." I forced a laugh. "It's a very thorough binder." She slid a menu towards me. "Sit, eat, don't act cute about it."
Oh.
Snappy snap. I sat because she said it like it wasn't a suggestion.
It wasn't.
The menu was short. I ordered grilled cheese and soup because grilled cheese is the one food that can make even a haunted town feel like a warm sweater.
That's true.
Grilled cheeses are yummy.
Have you tried the Starbucks grilled cheese?
No.
It's actually really fucking good.
It's good?
Yeah, like really good. It's like garlicky and buttery and cheesy and melty and sourdoughy and everything all you want.
You had me at garlicky.
Yeah, you gotta try it. Anyways,
Vampires be
it's like a $7 sandwich, so it's kind of ridiculous, but it's worth it every once in a while. is it?
All right. I watched the locals. A man in a work jacket stared at his hands like they were guilty. A teenage girl with purple hair drank a milkshake and looked at the door every time it opened. A couple in the corner sat close together, their fingers braided like they were holding on. The woman behind the counter leaned in. What's your name? Mara. Her eyes flicked up sharp. Mara what? Givens. Her jaw tightened just a fraction. Then she nodded like that information fit into a puzzle she'd wish she didn't have. You here for your show? She asked, and the way she said it, like show, tasted bad, made my stomach dip. How do you? Everyone who comes to the Hill House comes for something, she said. Money, curiosity, a dare, a story. I tried to keep my tone casual, so which one do you think I am? She stared at me for a long beat. Curious, she said finally, and hungry, the dangerous kind.
Oh.
A laugh slipped out of me before I could stop it. Wow, okay, I'm just here to record some local history. I don't want trouble. Her mouth twitched, not a smile, more like her face had forgotten what smiling was, but remembered the shape of it.
Oh.
That's sad.
That is really sad.
Trouble doesn't care what you want, she said. Then she placed a small paper packet on the counter in front of me. It looked like sugar. It was not sugar. What's this? I asked. Salt, she said. I blinked. For my soup? For your pocket, she said, like it was a normal sentence. I stared. Is this town sponsored by The Exorcist? She leaned in closer. Her voice dropped. Listen to me. When you're in that house, a bell chimed as the door opened. Every head turned. A man stepped inside, tall and thin, wearing a dark coat that looked too heavy for the mild evening. He had the kind of face that might be handsome if it weren't so blank. Like someone had drawn him from memory and gotten a few details wrong.
What a weird description. Okay.
His eyes found me instantly. Not my face, me. Like he already knew where I was supposed to sit. The woman behind the counter, Mabel, I assumed, went very still. The man walked to the counter and set a receipt down. A receipt. He slid it across the surface like he was paying a debt. Mabel didn't touch it. No, she said, quiet but firm.
Oh.
The man's mouth moved, but the words didn't seem to come from him. They came from the diner itself. Soft, echoing, layered. It's time.
Oh.
Ew. My skin prickled. Mabel snapped her fingers once, hard. Not here. The air pressure changed, like a door had opened somewhere deep underground. This is making me uncomfortable.
I'm sorry.
The man's head tilted just slightly. Then his eyes moved to my hands. My phone was on the table. I had the sudden, strong feeling that if I recorded him, something would record me back.
Oh.
Mabel slapped the counter. Leave. The man stared at her. Then he picked up the receipt again and without taking his eyes off me, placed it closer, right on the edge of the counter, as if offering it. My throat tightened. I didn't move. The man turned and walked out. The bell chimed again, and the entire diner exhaled.
Oh.
The teenage girl with purple hair whispered, "It's early." Mabel swore under her breath. Too early. I tried to speak, but my voice came out thin. Who was that? Mabel's gaze pinned me. What did your binder say about receipts? I swallowed. If you find one that isn't yours, put it back. Good, she said. Now don't pick up any you didn't pay for. I stared at her. Why? Mabel's expression went hard, and when she spoke, her words landed like a door slamming. Because in Briar Hollow, she said, a receipt isn't proof of purchase. She leaned in. It's proof of ownership.
Oh.
I left the diner with my grilled cheese half eaten and my appetite fully dead. The sky was turning that bruised purple-colored dusk gets when it's deciding whether it wants to be pretty or threatening. As I walked back to my car, I felt eyes on me. Not just the normal small-town stranger eyes, something heavier. I pulled out my phone and texted my producer, Jessa. Weird town, binder of rules, locals tense, might be gold.
Of course you think it's gold. Are you kidding me?
She instantly replied, if you die, can I have your mic? I huffed a laugh and despite myself and typed. I huffed a laugh despite myself and typed. Yep, got it. Yes, but you have to water my plants. I drove back down the hill with the sunset at my back like a warning. When I pulled into the driveway, the porch swing moved. Just a little, like it was saying, welcome home.
Oh.
I told myself it was the wind. The trees were absolutely still. That night, I set up my equipment in the living room. If I was going to do this, I was going to do it right. I placed my recorder on the coffee table and my laptop on the couch. I laid out a notebook. I even set the little packet of salt Mabel gave me on the table like a pathetic offering. I read the binder again slower. Do not say Briar Hollow aloud after 1:11 a.m. If you hear your name whispered, don't answer. Don't look in the mirrors between 1:11 and 1:22 and the cinnamon one. The cinnamon one bothered me most because it was so specific. As midnight approached, the house grew quieter, not in a everyone's asleep way, in a sound has been removed from the world way.
Oh.
Ew.
Yeah.
Even my breathing sounded intrusive.
Ugh. That's why no one sleeps there. It's too quiet. You need some brown noise in that room.
Brown noise?
Brown noise. It's like white noise, but brown. There's like pink noise, green noise.
I like white noise.
I
technically like the TV is what I like.
The TV. That is white noise, I think. I think that's considered white noise. Like the staticky TV at least. I don't know. But like brown noise, it's like a lower, like a deeper.
Like a brown note? Is it jazz music? That's the brown note. It sounds like a little off, but not.
No. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'll show you later.
Okay.
At 12:57 a.m., I made myself tea. At 1:03, my phone buzzed with a notification. No service.
Dun, dun, dun.
No, that's when you get in your car and leave.
Right? It's almost 1:11.
At 1:08, the lights flickered. At 1:10, the porch swing creaked. Apparently, I have a real problem with the word swing because it wants to come out swing.
Swing. Oh, shit. Shake that. That's what that makes me think of.
Swing.
Let me see your hip swing.
At 1:10, the porch swing creaked. My skin went cold. The house felt attentive. Like something had been waiting all day for me to finally get to the part where it could stop pretending. I stared at the clock on the wall. 1:10. I picked up my recorder and hit record because apparently I'm the kind of person who sees a tiger and thinks, that would make great audio. Okay, I whispered. It is 1:10 a.m. in Briar. I stopped. My tongue felt thick, like it had almost stuck to the name. The binder's first roll pressed into my brain like a thumb. I tried again, carefully not saying it. It's 1:10 a.m. in a town I am currently in. I'm in the Hill House. Things feel weird. I'm going to sit quietly and see what happens. I sat. The clock ticked. My own heartbeat thudded against my ribs. 1:11. The air changed. Not like a breeze, the temperature dropped and the room tilted just slightly towards a different reality. Every hair on my arms lifted. From somewhere upstairs, a soft whisper slid down the staircase like spilled water. Mara. My mouth opened automatically. The whisper was my name in a voice that sounded like me on a bad recording day, too close to my own tone. It made the back of my throat itch with the urge to answer, to correct it, to say, yes, I'm here. I clamped my jaw shut so hard my teeth hurt. The whisper came again. Mara.
No.
My fingers twitched. My eyes flicked towards the stairs. The binder's second rule felt like a hand on my shoulder. Do not answer. I forced my gaze to the clock instead. 1:12. The whisper became a sigh, almost disappointed. Then 3 knocks from the front door. Slow, measured, knock, knock, knock. My stomach dropped straight through the floor. I didn't move. The knocks came again.
Your fault for sticking around.
Knock, knock, knock. From the door, but also from inside my skull, like someone had tapped my thoughts.
Oh.
Absolutely not. My hand drifted towards the doorknob before my brain caught up. I stopped myself by digging my fingernails into my palm. When did she get to the door?
Why would you open the door even if it didn't say to in the note? Like, if it's 1 o'clock in the morning and you get a knock on the door, you call the police or you hide under the bed or you do something. You don't answer the door.
I mean...
Even if the binder didn't tell me, I know that one.
I am not opening that, I whispered to no one and everything. The living room lamp flickered once. The knock stopped. A beat of silence, then my phone, dead a minute ago, lit up. A single message from an unknown number. Open it.
No.
My pulse hammered. Nope, I said out loud. The instant the words left my mouth, the air felt pleased. Like it liked hearing me speak. I swallowed hard and kept my voice low. I'm not doing that. The porch swing creaked long and slow. Upstairs, the whisper returned closer now, like it had reached the top of the stairs. Mara, come look.
No.
My eyes darted to the covered mirror at the base of the stairs. There was a mirror on the wall there, too. One I hadn't noticed earlier, partly hidden by a plant. It wasn't covered.
No.
I hadn't covered it.
Oh.
My stomach tightened. The mirror's glass looked darker than it should, like a window into a room that didn't have lights on. I stared at it frozen. Something moved in the reflection, not behind me, inside it. A shape slid past, tall and thin, the same silhouette as the man from the diner.
No.
My breath caught. The reflection turned its head and looked directly at me. But the thing in the mirror didn't have my eyes. It's the kind of gaze you feel when you realize you're the one being hunted.
Oh, God.
I snapped my eyes shut. Okay, I whispered, voice shaking. We are not doing mirrors. We are not. A scent hit me. Sweet and warm. Cinnamon. My heart lurched. The binder's 6th rule screamed in my head. If you smell cinnamon, leave the house immediately. I bolted for my keys.
Finally.
I'm like, first off, she made it this far without getting her keys? Absolutely not.
It's true.
My hands fumbled, clumsy with panic. I grabbed my coat, my phone, my recorder, then paused. First off, why?
are you grabbing your shit? Just run.
My recorder. It was still recording. The wavelength on its tiny screen spiked. Okay. Not from me.
Okay, that actually would be interesting now that I think about it.
From something breathing right next to it. I snatched it up like it was a lifeline and sprinted to the door. The doorknob was cold. Not winter cold. Cold like metal left in a freezer. I yanked it open, and the porch was empty. No man, no visitor. Just the porch swing moving gently. And the air outside smelled like damp leaves. No cinnamon. Behind me, inside the house, the cinnamon smell thickened like someone had poured it into the room.
Oh.
The house wanted me to turn around. I didn't.
Smart.
I ran down the steps and into the driveway, hitting the unlock button on my car so hard my thumb hurt. The doors opened with a chirp that sounded absurdly cheerful. I dove into the driver's seat and slammed the door. I shoved the key into the ignition. Nothing.
No.
The engine clicked once, then silence. I tried again. Click. My breath came in short bursts. Births. My breath came in short bursts. Come on, I hissed. Come on. The porch light blinked off. The house became a black shape on the hill, watching me like a predator in the dark. My phone lit up again. Another message from an unknown number. You can't leave with what you took. I stared at the words until they blurred. What I took? I hadn't taken anything, had I? My mind flashed to the diner counter. The receipt slid towards me like an offering. I hadn't touched it. My gaze dropped to my lap. There, stuck to the underside of my coat sleeve, was a thin strip of paper.
No.
A receipt. It must have snagged on me at Mabel's or in the air when the man walked past, or I didn't know how it got there. I only knew I had it. And the moment I saw it, the cinnamon smell slammed into the car through the vents, thick and choking. My hand shook as I peeled the receipt free. The paper was warm, too warm. I held it to the dashboard light. The printed letters weren't store items. They were names. A list. Each line had a name and a time. At the bottom in bold, like a total due, Mara Gibbons, 1:11 a.m. My stomach turned. I whispered, no. The house behind me creaked loud, like it had shifted its weight. My phone buzzed again. Return it.
Oh, okay.
I swallowed hard. The binder's third rule. If you find a receipt that isn't yours, put it back where you found it.
So wait, where though? In the house or back in the diner?
Good question.
Ooh.
My throat tightened. Okay, I said, voice trembling. Okay, fine, I'll put it back. I opened the car door. The cold hit me like a slap. The porch swing stopped moving. Completely. The night went silent. It felt like the world had muted itself to listen. I walked slowly back toward the house, receipt pinched between my fingers like it might bite. Every instinct screamed to run, but the hill felt steeper now, the house closer, like distance didn't behave the way it should. I reached the porch steps. The front door was open. I hadn't left it open. I stared into the darkness of the foyer. The cinnamon smell rolled out. Reach. The cinnamon smell rolled out, rich and sweet and nauseating. Mara, whispered the voice from upstairs, soft as smoke. Bring it in. I didn't answer. I stepped inside. The air shifted around me, thick as syrup. I walked to the coffee table and placed the receipt down. The moment it touched the wood, the room's temperature snapped back to normal like someone flipped a switch. The cinnamon smell vanished. The porch swing creaked again, gentle, like applause.
Oh.
I backed away shaking. My phone lit up. No new message. Just one notification from my recorder app. File saved, 1:11. I stared. Then I ran. Back to the car. Back down the hill. I didn't try to start the engine yet. I just needed space, air, anything that wasn't that house. I slid into the driver's seat and sat there breathing hard. Finally, I turned the key. Engine started immediately, smooth as if it hadn't just betrayed me. I drove straight to the only place in town that felt remotely like a safe harbor, Mabel's. The diner was open, which should have been impossible at 1:30 a.m., but Briar Hollow didn't seem concerned with normal hours. Mabel stood behind the counter, wiping the same spotless spot with a rag like she was trying to scrub away the night. When she saw me, she didn't look surprised. Did you smell cinnamon? She asked. I swallowed. Yes. Did you leave? Yes. Did the house let you? I hesitated, then pulled the receipt from my coat pocket, except my fingers met fabric. Nothing. I went cold. I checked my pockets, my bag, my notebook. No receipt. My stomach tightened. It's gone. Mabel nodded like that was expected. Where did you put it back? On the coffee table, I said, voice hoarse. In the house. Mabel's eyes sharpened. You put it where the house wanted it. What was I supposed to do? I snapped, then immediately regretted it. The exhaustion and fear made my temper sloppy. It wouldn't let me leave. Mabel sighed, and for the first time she looked tired, old in a way that had nothing to do with years. You shouldn't have come, she said quietly. I didn't take anything, I insisted. I didn't. Mabel set her rag down. You took attention, she said. You walked into the place that feeds on being noticed, and you brought your little microphone and your audience and your curiosity like a gift basket. My throat tightened. What is it? Mabel glanced towards the kitchen door, then back at me. Briar Hollow isn't the town's name, she said.
I'm confused.
I blinked.
I'm scared.
I blinked. What? It's the thing that lives under it, she said, And if you say it after 1:11, it hears you clearer. My mouth went dry. Mabel leaned in. It makes lists, she whispered. It keeps track of who belongs, who owes, who's been claimed. My skin crawled. The receipts. Mabel nodded. Proof of ownership.
Oh.
I swallowed hard. So what happens now? Mabel's expression softened just enough to be cruel. Now, she said, it knows you can hear it.
Oh.
A small laugh burst out of me, sharp, humorless. Great. Perfect. Love that for me. Mabel's mouth twitched again. You don't want it to love you back, she said. I rubbed my face with both hands, trying to keep from spiraling. Okay, I can just leave town, right? Drive out at sunrise? Mabel looked at me like I'd told her I'd planned to outrun a storm by jogging. People try, she said. What happens to them? Mabel didn't answer immediately. Then she pointed behind me. I turned. The diner's mirror behind the counter reflecting the booths showed the room. And in the reflection, in the booth where I'd been sitting earlier, was someone. Me.
What?
Sitting there, hands wrapped around a coffee mug, face calm. But I wasn't sitting. I was standing. My heart slammed against my ribs. The reflection me looked up, met my eyes through the glass, and smiled. Slowly. Too slowly. Then she lifted her hand and waved. Mabel's voice was low, urgent. Don't look too long. I snapped my gaze away, chest tight. What is that? Mabel's eyes were hard. That's what happens when the hollow starts keeping a copy. My mouth went numb. A copy of me? Mabel nodded once. It makes duplicates, she said, so it doesn't lose what it owns.
What the fuck?
My stomach rolled. No. Mabel slapped the counter again, sharp. Listen, you want to live? You need to stop feeding it. I swallowed. How? Mabel pointed to my recorder. What did you record tonight? I hesitated. I hit record at 1:10. Mabel's face tightened. And you kept it running? My throat went dry. Yeah? Mabel's eyes flashed. You captured it. I captured what? The hollow's voice, she hissed. You gave it a way out, a way into... She cut herself off, eyes darting to the mirror like she didn't want the reflection hearing. My blood went cold. My hands gripped the recorder. You're telling me I recorded it? Mabel nodded once. And you walked in here with it in your pocket.
Oh, no.
A burst of nervous laughter escaped me. Okay, that's actually insane. Mabel's stare was flat. In this town, insane is just another Tuesday. Despite everything, a small, helpless giggle bubbled out of me. It died quickly when Mabel grabbed my wrist. Do you have the file? She asked. I nodded, hand shaking. Yeah. Mabel's grip tightened. Delete it. I stared. Delete it? Yes. I shook my head. That's the whole point. I came for a story.
Oh my God, you idiot.
Mabel's eyes turned flinty. And it came for you, she said. Delete it or it'll use it. My throat tightened. Use it how? Mabel didn't answer. Instead, she reached under the counter and pulled out an old tape recorder, the kind with actual buttons and a cassette slot. She set it on the counter like a weapon. Then she pressed play. A hiss of static. Then a voice. Thin, warped, layered. My voice. Hey guys, it said cheerful. It's Mara. I'm in Briar Hollow. My blood froze. Mabel hit stop, eyes sharp. That's from last month,
No.
she said. I stared. How do you have that? Mabel's jaw clenched. Someone else came, she said. Someone else thought they could tell the story. My hands trembled. Where are they? Mabel's eyes flicked toward the window. Outside, the streetlights glowed weak and yellow, and in the glass, reflected faintly, I saw a figure standing on the sidewalk. Tall, thin, dark coat, watching. My stomach dropped. Maribel's voice was a whisper.
Mirabelle.
Oh.
Now we're in Encanto.
Mabel's voice was a whisper. Delete the file. My fingers hovered over the recorder's screen. Every creative instinct screamed no. Every survival instinct screamed yes. I swallowed hard and hit delete. The recorder beeped once. File deleted. The lights in the diner flickered, the air pressure shifted, and from the kitchen, where no one stood, I heard a soft, disappointed sigh. Mara. My heart pounded. Mabel leaned in, voice urgent. It's not enough, she whispered. You have to stop telling yourself you're the narrator. I blinked. What? Mabel's eyes locked on mine. This town doesn't want a story, she said. It wants a mouth. Ew.
Yeah.
My throat tightened. I don't understand. Mabel's expression hardened. You think you're here to tell your audience about the Hollow, she said, but the Hollow wants to tell your audience about you.
Oh.
My skin went cold. I stared at my phone, at my podcast feed, at the hundreds of thousands of people who clicked play on my voice every week. A horrible realization crawled up my spine. If it could get into my recordings, if it could get into my voice, it wouldn't need me in the house. It could travel. It could ride the sound.
No.
Mabel nodded.
You just unleashed it.
Mabel nodded like she saw the understanding hit. Now you get it, she said. My mouth went numb. So what do I do? Mabel's gaze flicked towards the mirror behind her. You break the copy, she said, before it becomes you. I swallowed. How? Mabel's eyes held mine steady and grim. You go back to the Hill House, she said, and you look at yourself. My stomach lurched. The binder says don't look in mirrors. That's because the Hollow wants you to look, she said. It wants you to accept the copy as you. It wants you to trade places.
Oh.
This is some creepy creep.
This is.
I whispered, no. Mabel's voice softened just a fraction. If you don't, she said, it'll start showing up in reflections everywhere, in your phone screen, in your laptop, in your audience's mirrors. I felt sick. I didn't want any of this, I said, voice cracking. Mabel's face was tired again. Nobody does, she said, then quietly, that's why it works. Oh. I drove back up the hill with my hands clenched so tightly on the steering wheel my knuckles ached. The house sat in the dark like it had been waiting. The porch light turned on as I pulled up, like it was greeting me. I got out and walked to the steps. The porch swing creaked once. I stood at the door, breathing hard, and told myself I could do this. Then my name, not whispered, spoken normally from inside the house. Mara, said a voice that was my voice, but steadier, calmer, like the version of me that never panicked. Come in, you're late.
Oh.
My stomach flipped. I pushed the door open. The living room lights were on. The air smelled normal, lemon and old paper. The binder sat on the coffee table open, and on the couch sat me. Not like a ghost, not like a shadow, like a person.
What?
She wore my clothes, my messy bun, my tired eyes, but her posture was different, relaxed, confident. She looked up from my laptop and smiled like we were old friends. Hey, she said, you made it. My mouth went dry. What are you? She laughed softly. Rude? She said, I'm you.
Rude?
I'm you, obviously. I stood frozen in the doorway, heart pounding. She patted the couch beside her. Sit down, she said. You look like you've been crying in your car. Despite myself, a shaky laugh escaped me. That is wildly accurate. Thank you, she said brightly. I pay attention.
Jesus.
I took one step inside, then stopped. The binder's rules hammered in my head. Don't answer whispers. Don't look in mirrors. Don't say the name. The copy tilted her head. You're scared, she said almost kindly. You don't have to be. I swallowed. Mabel said you're... The copy smile sharpened. Mabel says a lot of things, she said. Mabel's been telling stories in this town for decades. You think she's the hero?
Oh.
My stomach tightened. She's trying to help me. The copy sighed. She's trying to keep you from becoming interesting, she said.
Oh.
She wants you to leave with nothing, with no story, with no proof. I stared. Proof of what? The copy gestured toward the coffee table. A receipt lay there. My breath caught. It was bigger than the one I'd seen, longer, printed with dense lines. The copy tapped it with one finger. You see that? She asked. That's your episode. That's your big break. You can tell it, and you will never worry about bills again.
Oh.
My throat tightened. That's not how this works. The copy leaned forward, eyes bright. Isn't it? She said. People love you. They listen to you. They trust your voice. You could give them something real. My stomach turned. What do you want? The copy smile widened. To go home, she said simply. I stared. This is my home.
What?
The copy's eyes flicked over me like she was measuring my life. Is it? She asked softly. Or is it your job?
What?
My mouth went dry. The copy stood smooth and unhurried and walked toward the mirror on the wall, the uncovered one. She stopped in front of it and looked at her reflection. Then she looked at me through it. You know what the difference is? She asked. I didn't answer. She smiled. I don't flinch, she said. She lifted her hand and touched the glass. The mirror rippled like water. My stomach dropped. The copy's voice turned gentle. Mara, she said, you're exhausted. You're scared. You're always trying to be brave for people you can't even see. Then she looked at me like she understood me better than I did. You can stop, she said. Let me do it.
Oh.
My throat tightened. No. The copy sighed. You don't get it, she said. I'm not taking your life. She tilted her head, smile returning. I'm taking your voice.
Like Ursula.
Mm-hmm. The air shifted. The house seemed to lean closer. The porch swing creaked. And from somewhere deep in the walls, a low, hungry sound rose, like a throat clearing before speech. I stumbled back, heart hammering. No, I whispered. No, no, no. The copy stepped away from the mirror and towards me. Each step felt like pressure, like gravity changed to pull me toward her. She stopped a few feet away, eyes shining. You came here to tell a story, she said, so tell it. My mouth opened and my voice came out wrong. Not my tone, not my rhythm. A layered whisper slid out, thick and sweet as cinnamon. Mara.
Oh.
I clapped a hand over my mouth, eyes wide with terror. The copy smiled. There you are, she said softly. Panic surged through me like electricity. I yanked the packet of salt from my pocket and flung it toward her. The salt sprayed in the air like glitter. The copy flinched, just a fraction, like it stung.
She just said she don't flinch.
Mm-hmm. She a Damon. Her eyes faltered. Oh, she said, annoyed. You brought seasoning. Despite everything, a hysterical laugh burst out of me, accurate, because the situation was horrifying and my brain wanted one last joke before I died. The copy's eyes narrowed. Stop laughing, she snapped. I swallowed the laugh down, breathing hard. The salt on the floor hissed. Actually hissed.
I'm like picturing it sizzling.
Right. The copy's skin, my skin, looked slightly wrong where the grains touched it, like the edges blurred. The copy backed up a step, irritation fading into something colder. Fine, she said. We'll do it the hard way.
No.
She snapped her fingers. The lights went out. The house plunged into darkness so total it felt physical. My heart slammed. Then my phone lit up. Not with a message, with my own podcast app. An episode began to play. My voice filled the darkness, cheerful and familiar. Hey guys, it's Mara, and tonight I have something special. My blood froze. I hadn't recorded that. I hadn't uploaded that. The voice continued smooth as butter. A story from a town that eats names. I fumbled for my phone, shaking. On the screen, the episode title appeared, Night Receipt. Episode 112, Briar Hollow. My stomach dropped. It was already live, already published, already in people's earbuds. In their cars, their kitchens, their bedrooms. My fingers flew to hit pause. The phone didn't respond. The audio kept playing. The copy's voice layered under mine now, whispering in sync. Mara. I spun in the darkness. Stop it, I yelled.
Stop it!
I don't know why I had to come out like that.
That was perfect.
A laugh came from the couch, the copy's laugh. Warm, familiar. You can't stop what's already been listened to, she said.
Sorry. I'm still on that. Stop it. Stop it. David.
I just pictured this.
Oh, okay.
All right. You can't stop it. You can't stop what's already been listened to, she said. I felt sick. What did you do? I whispered. The copy's voice was close now, too close. I told your story, she purred, with your voice. A cold realization hit me. The twists, the humor, the little bits of charming dialogue people loved, all the parts that made my show my show. She used them like a key. My throat tightened. Why? The copy's voice softened. Because people invite you into their homes, she said. They press play, they listen alone in the dark. A pause. And they never think about what might listen back.
Oh.
The air filled with whispers, faint, distant, like hundreds of voices speaking at once. Not in the room, in the world. As if my audience had become a chorus. My skin crawled. The copy leaned close enough that I could smell her. Lemons, old paper, and now underneath, cinnamon. Now, she whispered, it's not just your town anymore. My breath came in shallow gasps. I remembered Mabel's words. This town doesn't want a story, it wants a mouth. I didn't have time to think, I acted. I ran for the covered mirror upstairs. In the dark, I slammed into furniture, bruising my hip, but I kept going. Hands out, feeling the wall, finding the stairs. The whispering followed me like fog. Mara, where are you going? I didn't answer. I reached the bedroom and tore the sheet off the mirror in one violent yank. The glass caught faint moonlight, and in it, I saw the living room. I saw the couch. I saw the copy. But I also saw something else. Behind the copy, in the mirror's depth, was a shape that didn't belong to either of us. A darkness with edges like smoke. It leaned over her shoulder like a puppeteer. And it had no face, just a sense of hunger. The hollow.
Oh.
My stomach clenched. The copy's eyes in the reflection snapped to mine. Her smile vanished. No, she hissed. In the hallway behind me, footsteps thundered. Too fast, too many, like the house was running. I looked back at the mirror and made a decision that felt like swallowing glass.
Oh.
I leaned close to the reflection and spoke. Not the town's name, not the thing's name, but the only thing I knew to say. I don't belong to you, I whispered. The mirror's surface rippled. The darkness behind the copy shuddered like it had heard something it hated. The copy's face twisted. Stop, she snared. I can't with you.
Why can't you just say the word stop without sounding like Alexis? Stop.
Stop.
Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Am I channeling? I'm channeling Schitt's Creek is
Yes,
what I
you
feel
are.
like.
Yep.
Okay.
Never a bad thing.
No, I love that show. The footsteps hit the bedroom doorway. The copy stood there, solid, breathing, furious. And behind her, the hallway looked longer than it should, stretching into darkness like a throat. Ew! Mm-mm. She reached towards me. I grabbed the mirror frame with both hands and yanked it forward. It was heavier than it looked. My arms screamed. The copy lunged. I tipped the mirror face first onto the ground. The glass shattered.
Oh.
That's complicated. If you break a mirror,
That's
you get...
true. 7 years bad luck.
Yeah. The sound was enormous, like a church bell cracking. The air exploded with cold. The whispering turned into a wail, and the copy screamed, not like a human scream, but like feedback.
Oh.
A high, distorted shriek that made my teeth ache. I stumbled back, covering my ears. The copy staggered, her edges blurring, her face flickering like a corrupted video. The darkness behind her reared angry.
Oh.
The house shook. The porch swing slammed against the wall downstairs over and over like something pounding to get out. My phone in my pocket buzzed violently. The podcast audio surged louder. My voice, my real voice, warped mid-sentence into layered whispers. Come before your town forgets you exist. I realized then what the true twist was. The email, the invitation, it hadn't been sent to me. Not by a fan, not by a local. It had been sent by the Hollow itself.
Oh.
It knew exactly what kind of person would come running towards a rule book like a scavenger hunt.
Oh my God.
It had chosen me because my voice already lived in strangers' rooms. Because I already had a ritual. People press play at night, lights off, headphones on, inviting me in, inviting it in. I fumbled for my phone and shaking ripped the battery pack from my portable charger and jammed it into the recorder port, trying anything, desperate. My hands found my laptop bag, my laptop. I yanked it out, flipped it open, and screen flashed to life, too bright in the darkness. The copy's face flickered in the reflected light. I stared at the Wi-Fi network list. One network appeared that hadn't been there earlier. Briar Hollow _guest. My stomach lurched. It was offering me connection. It wanted me to upload, to share, to spread. I slammed the laptop shut like it was a snake. The copy's mouth opened and that hungry whisper poured out again. Mara. I grabbed the salt from my pocket, what was left, and threw it in a circle around myself.
How much salt do you have in a sugar packet? Like, really? You don't have enough for that. Anyways, sorry. Continue.
The grains hit the floor and hissed. The air pushed back. The copy recoiled, eyes narrowing. Cute, she spat. You think that saves you? I swallowed hard, shaking. No, I whispered. I think it buys me seconds. I ran. Down the stairs, past the living room where the couch sat empty now. No copy, no normal. The front door was open. The night air hit me cold and clean. I sprinted to the car, heart hammering, and slammed the door behind me. This time, when I turned the key, the engine roared to life. I didn't look back at the house. I didn't want to see the porch swing. I didn't want to see if someone stood in the window smiling with my face. I drove. Down the hill, past the red lines on the map, past the cemetery, past Mabel's dark diner. The town sign appeared at the edge of the road. Welcome to Briar Hollow. What?
Wait, keep reading.
My throat tightened. The clock on my dashboard read 1:19 a.m. I clenched my jaw. Don't say it, don't say it. As I crossed the sign, the radio turned on by itself. Static. Then my voice, faint and distant. Hey, guys.
No.
I slammed the radio off. The phone buzzed again. A notification. Night receipt. Episode 112, Briar Hollow. 43,892 plays. I felt sick. I drove faster. The trees blurred. The road stretched and stretched and stretched. My headlights kept illuminating the same curve, the same mailbox, the same hill. My blood froze. No. I had turned around. I slammed the brakes. The car stopped in front of the hill house. The porch light glowed warm. The swing moved gently, like it was pleased.
No.
My phone buzzed. A message from the unknown number. You can't leave a story untold. My hand shook on the steering wheel. Tears burned my eyes. I whispered, "What do you want with me?" The message appeared instantly, like it had been waiting. Just one thing. Another message. Let them listen.
No.
I stared at my phone, nausea rising. It wasn't trying to kill me. Not yet. It was trying to use me. To make me the door. I thought of my audience. People who listened while folding laundry, while driving kids to school, while lying in bed with the lights off because the darkness felt less lonely with my voice in it.
Oh.
That's sad.
Yeah.
People who trusted me. I swallowed hard. Then I did the only thing I could think of. I opened my podcast app. My hand shook so badly I almost dropped the phone. I went to the episode list. Episode 112 was there, bold, already live. I hit edit. I hit remove. The app froze, the screen flickered. My own reflection stared back at me on the darkened phone screen. And in that reflection, my smile was wrong. Too calm, too sure. Behind me, faint in the glass, the Hill House porch swing moved like a metronome. Tick, tick, tick. I whispered no. The reflection me mouthed the word back. No sound, just the shape. Then she winked.
Oh.
Ew. My stomach dropped. I threw the phone onto the passenger seat like it burned. I sat there, breathing hard, forcing myself to think. Mabel had said break the copy. I'd shattered the mirror, but the copy didn't live in the mirror. Maybe the mirror was just the window. The copy lived where my voice lived, in recordings, in play counts, in ears, in attention, in listening. The brass plaque on the mailbox flashed in my memory. Listen before you speak.
Oh, yeah.
A chill crawled up my spine. Maybe the rule wasn't for safety. Maybe it was a trap. To make you listen, to make you consume, to make you participate. I looked at my recorder on the seat beside me. It was off, or at least I thought it was. A tiny red light blinked. Recording. My throat tightened. I hadn't turned it on. The waveform danced on the screen. Breathing, soft, steady. Like something had finally found its way into my equipment, into my pocket, into me. I stared at it, and very slowly I lifted it toward my mouth. A dangerous thought formed. If it wanted my voice, maybe I could poison it.
Oh.
I swallowed, hands trembling, and hit record. The red light steadied. I leaned close to the mic, and I spoke, not the town's name, not the hollow's name, but the only thing I could think to do. I told the truth. Not the packaged truth, not the storyteller's truth, the ugly truth. I'm scared, I whispered. I don't know what you are. I don't know how to beat you, but I know what I am. I drew a shaky breath. I am not your mouth, I said. I am not your narrator. I am not your door. The air outside the car thickened, pressing in like hands. The porch light flickered. The swing stopped. The recorder's waveform spiked. A whisper surged through the mic, layered and hungry. Mara. My voice shook, but I kept going. You picked me because people listened to me, I said. You thought you could hide in my tone, in my jokes, in my pauses. I swallow. But here's the thing, I whispered. A brittle little laugh slipped out because fear has a sense of timing. I'm not actually that consistent. The whisper hesitated, a beat, as if confused. I leaned closer, voice low. I mess up, I said. I cough. I laugh at the wrong moments. I say things that don't fit. The air pressed harder. The windows fogged from the inside. I tasted cinnamon. My head hammered. I forced the next words out like dragging something heavy. And if you try to be me, I whispered, you're going to have to take all of it. The recorder cracked violently. The whisper turned into a hiss, angry. Then my phone buzzed again. A new notification. Upload failed. I blinked. The porch light went out. The swing jerked once, hard, like someone yanked it. The air released, suddenly, violently, like a fist unclenching. My breath whooshed out of me. My dashboard clock ticked to 1:22 a.m., and the night went normal. Normal cold, normal quiet, the kind of quiet that doesn't feel like it's listening. I sat there shaking for a minute. Then I turned the key and drove. This time, the road didn't loop. The town sign passed behind me and stayed behind me. My phone buzzed one last time. A message from the unknown number. We'll hear you again.
Oh.
I didn't reply. I drove until the sky started to pale at the edges, until the trees became just trees, until my lungs remembered what oxygen felt like without cinnamon in it. When I finally pulled over at the gas station outside the next town, I sat in my car and stared at the recorder. It was still on. The red light steady. I hit stop. Then the screen displayed, file saved. Listen before you speak.
Oh.
My hands trembled. I almost deleted it. Then I remembered the play count, the live episode that shouldn't exist, the copy smile in my phone's reflection, and then I realized the worst twist of all. It didn't matter if I deleted my files. Not anymore. Because the hollow didn't need my episode. It had something better. It had my audience. All those people who'd already pressed play, all those people who'd already listened in the dark, all those people who might tonight glance at a mirror between 111 and 122 and see a smile that wasn't theirs. And it had me too. Because even now, right now, sitting in my car with trembling hands, I could feel it. Not in the town behind me, in the habitat. Oh. In the habit, in the ritual, in the urge to open my recorder and tell you what happened. Because the truth is, I'm telling you this story and you're listening. So if you're hearing my voice at night with the lights low and you catch the faintest smell of cinnamon, don't look in the mirror, and whatever you do, don't say the name.
Oh, shit. Oh, okay, AI.
I got chilly willies.
That was actually pretty good. That had me on the edge of my seat. Good job. Wow. All right. Very cool. Very cool. What? Oh, man. Okay. I don't know where to go out of that. Shit.
I know. That took us on a roller coaster ride.
Yeah, it did.
Twisty, turny, uncomfortable.
Yeah. No, I don't know, man. Well, anyways, if you have stories that we could read that are creepy or funny or whatever, don't forget to send them in.
To OfMaliceAndMirth@gmail.com. We'd be glad to hear from y'all. If y'all have any suggestions, want to hear specific ghost stories.
Or, like, we're also down to do, like, cryptids and maybe cults. I'd be down to do cults.
I'd react to your cults.
I'll do cults.
Okay.
Because I like cults. Well, I don't like... You know what I mean.
Yes. They're intriguing.
They're intriguing, yes. But we hope that you liked it.
Yeah.
And we will see you again next week.
Keep the creep creeping.
Keep the creep creeping. Okay.
Yeah.
I like that. All right. Love you. Bye.
Love y'all. Bye.